So anyway, I've kind of just given up on it because I don't really want to post something that sounds like absolute shit. So I'm just gonna do this video and just forget about it. I mean, that's bound to happen in anyone's YouTube career. Right? Like at some point you're gonna film an entire video and not be able to use it. So it happens. So what I'm thinking may have happened is that I actually had it in the wrong USB port. So I put it in a different USB port, and already when I listen back, the audio sounds a lot better. So fingers crossed you will see this, and if the audio isn't amazing, please know that I am learning, and this is just my first, or technically second, video with this mic, so I am going to get better and better, so please hold on, stay with me. I might still do every now and then, videos with my iPhone headphones like I have in the past, and everybody, all 170 of you at least, have enjoyed those videos, so I will probably do them every now and then, just because they are really easy, and personally I like the really lo-fi sound of the iPhone headphones, but it'd be good to just mix it up a bit, right? So I don't know if I'll bother trying to recreate that last video. I was really just rambling. I was gum chewing though, but I think I'll just keep this one as just a quick ramble. I don't know how long it will be. My mum's just taken my daughter to Woolworths, to the supermarket, so I'm not sure how long they'll be. Anyway, I'll let you know what's been going on. Today I went to the optometrist for the first time in my life. I've always had amazing vision. Like, I will, look at something really far away and read it, and people will be like, oh my god, you can actually read that, like you can see that far. So I've always known that, like, I must have good vision. But the last few months, when I try and focus on something, especially at night, but sometimes during the day as well, like close up, my eyes go like this and they can't focus. So that was a bit concerning. And then now that I'm in lockdown, I've been reading a lot. And last week I read a few books, but one book I read, I cried so much. I read it within 24 hours. I cried so much, and the next day I tried to start another book, and my eyes were so sore. And so I was like, okay, I'll listen to a book and then I'll come back to this one. So I listened to an entire book, probably in like a day or two as well. Went to go back to the other book, and my eyes were still sore. They were like so sore, and I thought, oh my god, like, because at first I thought, oh, I must just be from the crying, all that crying, and so that's why I just decided to listen to a book instead. But it was still sore days later, so I thought it mustn't be just from the crying. Like, maybe I got my skincare in my eyes when I cried, so I stopped putting my skincare around my eyes, like my eye cream. So I stopped doing that for the last week, and I found that they were still sore. Like, I ended up finishing that book, but I struggled through it. It was on my Kindle, that one, so I put the font, like the second largest font you can do, so that instead of like reading along, I was just reading the words down, so that I didn't have to move my eyes too much. turns out that all of a sudden I'm in need of reading glasses, which is fine. In fact, I'm quite excited about it. I mean, I'm not excited about, my body breaking down and deteriorating now that I've turned 30 years old, because I've never had any issues in the past. It's just all of a sudden, I mean, I'm reading a lot at the moment, but like, God, I read 61 books last year. Never had an issue, never. I even read books on my phone, books with tiny print, like, all day, all night, in low light. Like, I never had an issue. So anyway, I'm aging, and I need reading glasses, but anyway, I'm excited only about the aesthetic of it. Obviously, I want my eyes to be healthy, but I am excited to wear glasses. I've always wanted glasses because they look cool, right? And like, I love to read, so like, I want to look like a librarian, like, I want to look the part. So yeah, I am excited. I'll show you when I get them. Apparently they're going to take 2 weeks to till I can pick them up. I don't know. And then I can get back to reading. I'm actually, I don't want to get into books because I want to do another video on books, because I've read so many books since I last did what I've been reading video, that I actually got enough content to do another video. So I reckon that'll be the next video I do, perhaps. But I will say this, I'll just say this. I had to listen, right? I'm listening. I've just finished listening to a book, and I loved it so much. I loved it so much, and I loved the characters so much. I'll let you know what it is in the next big book video, so make sure you subscribe so that you can find out what book it is. But I loved it and the characters so much that the day that I finished it, I started it again from the beginning, which was yesterday. So yesterday morning I finished it, and then last night I started it again, and I've been listening to it all day, and I'm halfway through now. So I don't know if that is just sad or that's just like an explanation of where I'm at right now. I am very aware that I use fiction as a coping mechanism. I do. In fact, I watch their ASMR videos, Not Get Lost ASMR. I was watching his new video last night. I adore him, by the way. I love him so much. I just see him as like a little brother or something. Like, I just love him. And anyway, he was talking about, these kind of coping mechanisms that we use, and even like ASMR, when you use it to that extent where you're just trying to constantly make yourself feel better, and almost like a numbing technique. And that was straight away, I thought that's what I do with fiction, and I already knew that I did it last year in lockdown. That's why I read so many books, and so I'm doing the same thing now. And I am very aware that I could be doing way worse things. I could be using way worse substances to numb myself, but I'm still very aware that I am using fiction to avoid my feelings. I'm very aware of it, but at the same time, I'm not going to stop reading fiction because I am in lockdown right now, at least for another couple of weeks, and my mental health is okay right now. It is okay, and that's because I have fiction, because it is a hobby that I love and it makes me feel good. So I think what's important for me right now is to stay really aware of when it is getting really unhealthy, because at least I know myself well enough to know that once those times I don't really read very much. So I'm just like, okay, this is temporary. I love to read. It's something that helps me to feel okay in kind of scary times. So yeah, I guess I don't have much resolution on that, but I try to just keep an awareness, and try to have some balance. But I don't have balance if I am listening to a book and then instantly starting it again and listening to it again. That doesn't really seem like balance at all to me. But these are quite extreme circumstances, so I'm letting myself off. But yeah, I need to make sure that I'm still doing other things that are, help me kind of move along. Like making sure I continue making these videos, and I start back at uni today actually, so I should really be not just listening to this fictional book today. I should be doing this video, which I am, and I should also be doing some of my uni work, so that will be balanced. If I get totally lost in the fictional worlds, that's what I'm really concerned about. I don't want to get totally lost in it, because then I will lose myself and my actual reality. So this is funny because now I've just basically spoken about what I heard in another ASMR video, but it's very, very present for me right now. Anyway, I am excited to tell you what book that is and to talk to you about the book and why I love it, and I'll really be able to go into that because I would have read it twice back to back. Oh my goodness. But the other reason that I did read it again was because I used up all of my credits for Audible, and I bought a bunch of non-fiction books and I freezed my account. So now I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go once my account, because you can only freeze it for like 3 months at a time, like once a year, and the 3 months is up like in a matter of days or weeks. So once it unfreezes, I then will swap some of the books over for things that I actually do want to read currently, because usually I don't listen to fiction, I just listen to non-fiction while I'm going on walks and cleaning the house and stuff. But because it's like lockdown right now and my eyes are hurting, I gotta kind of listen to fiction. Well, I don't have to, but that's, as I said, that's what helps me to feel okay. So yeah, but in the meantime I can't swap them while my account's frozen. So I created a new scribed account, which is like it's like Audible, except you can listen and read unlimited books, which is bullshit. There's definitely a cap on what you can read in the month. And anyway, so I used to have it and then I got rid of it because I had all those credits on Audible, and so I just signed up again with a different email address that I have, and I did the 30-day free trial, and so I listened to this book, and then I went to go and listen to the next one by the same author, which I'm excited to listen to, and I couldn't because, as I said, it's not really unlimited. So I was like, okay, if I can't listen to the book that I want to listen to, I'm just gonna re-listen to this one because because Scribed will allow me to listen to it again. So I just thought, oh fuck it, I'm just listening to it again, and I love the characters so much, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Usually you think, oh my god, I loved that TV series so much, I'm gonna go back to the start then please like and